So, Exhibition. Exhibition happened as a result of all the great music that Garbs had sent me at the start of the Fabric Reality project. Before we even knew it was going to be something, he had sent me, I think, like an album's worth. I think it was much more than that. It could have even been like 20 or 30 pieces of music, um, which was all basically big, moody backing tracks that felt like they were coming from the future, like an almost modern Pink Floyd. There was something really dark about the music that he'd made, and it had this really particular sound to it, which I knew that we could work together, and it could become something way more than both of us. And Exhibition was a response to all of the more longer format pieces of music that he'd come up with. I believe, or I might be wrong, I believe that we had already worked quite extensively on tracks like A Human Being of Planet Earth, a few tracks you won't hear for a while. They're very exciting. They're on the record that will be coming out. And they're more kind of long form. They're a bit more involved, and things like Rosanna they were all in the same kind of vein. Exhibition, I really wanted to get something that was much more condensed and intense, kind of like a kind of pop feel to it, while still having all of the really cool elements about Fabric Reality. Something that was more direct, and you could say radio friendly, I guess. And I wrote this track thinking about the themes that Garbs had put forth from all the music, and it kind of suggested to me that maybe we should talk about something, about the world online, the fake real world that people had started to create. When I wrote the original lyric, when he came back, which is one of the things about Fabric which is so cool, when I send things to Garbs, what he sends back is this kind of strange amalgamation of me and him, this kind of true collaboration where we almost never then re-edit it. It's almost, I send him an idea, he sends it back with his alterations, and it's finished, or vice versa. And that's I've never really had that before. That's a kind of strange one-off, because it has this fantastically jarring but symbiotic relationship between the creative functions of what we do. And I think sounds like a fancy way of summing it up, but it does really kind of feel like that. It kind of becomes its own almost organism, and that's what happens with the lyrics as well. So when he came back with the last line of the chorus, which is either longing for a digital boy or a digital girl, it just had this really cool feeling to it, and that kind of carried through the theme of the track. But we managed to get it in something that was much more condensed, like your 3-minute 30 rock out. And I wanted to do something that I was listening to a lot of synthwave, and that I was trying to wrap my head around what on earth synthwave was for quite a while. So I thought, well, maybe I could understand it if I actually wrote some synthwave, and that's how I started Exhibition. But then realised that it was less synthwavy and became Fabric Reality, which is often the case when I'm working on stuff for Fabric. So Exhibition was kind of my attempt of getting that condensed David Bowie type single thing for Fabric, and I think we achieved it. I'm just so happy about how it's come out. One of the things I definitely want to talk about is how much Garbs' vocal attack really gives the project this kind of like eerie kind of it has this his vocals have this strange juxtaposition where they're very direct but indirect at the same time. So you kind of get this like ethereal quality, even when he's singing something direct, and that really makes it almost like kind of like ghostly. So when you get this kind of direct piece of music, but then these elements around it are kind of slightly more abstract. So you can't, and we worked really hard to make this record sound a bit lo-fi and then hi-fi at the same time. I purposely tried to do things with the production which are hi-fi, and then left a lot of it, degraded it, bit crushed stuff, not used very good samples, and at the same time then go the flipping the opposite, recording things very, very hi-fi and using very good sample libraries. I've tried to really slam the two ideas together, and that for me, I think it's probably summed up best in Exhibition. And yeah, what a track.